we did a poll the 31st through the 3rd. The results came in, it was nationwide. The results came in last night at midnight. The race is tied. Tied. Not a virtual tie, not within the margin of error tie. It's tied. 43.4 to 43.4. Where was it at the beginning of the week before the Republican convention? It was 45.7 to 45.7. So in other words, there was no bump. The only bump that I've seen was the small bump during, in the immediate aftermath of the Ryan announcement. And that was for Romney a 4.5 point deficit to a tie. And then since that time it's been a tie. This is a non-bounce year. I don't know how it's going to break. There is so much that's going to happen between now and Election Day that so much of this is going to be determined by turnout and ultimately is going to be determined by enthusiasm. I mean, in particular, the enthusiasm of the base. But there's this fascinating split taking place among evangelicals under 35 who are telling their pastors and telling us, all right, we get the abortion thing, we get the gay marriage thing, God, guns, and gonads. Okay, we get all of that. We get all that, but we want to talk about man's stewardship of God's earth. We want to talk about global poverty. We want to talk about human rights for Christians, but human rights are human rights. Now, the one group that I think that you need to pay attention to, and one of the groups that I've helped define, is a group that we call the creative class. Broadly speaking, those who work in the world of ideas, in the world of science, technology, education, healthcare. Nationwide, Obama leads among self-identified creative class 51 to 39. Problem is, it's not enough for Obama, because essentially what he needs to do is pick up the remaining 10%. The two polls that I have looked at since I've been polling the creative class in some detail are Florida and North Carolina. In Florida, I have the president up by 5 or 6 points overall. Very importantly, I have the president up, not only in southern Florida, hugely of course, but among the creative class, the president leads by 14 points, 56 to 42. That is substantial. That is the difference in Florida. In North Carolina, this is now a couple of weeks ago, I had Romney up by 2. By the same token, in North Carolina, among the creative class, Obama 50 and Romney 49. That's not enough. That's not enough for the president. Now, importantly, North Carolina is, I think, not only a national yardstick, as goes North Carolina, so goes Virginia, or vice versa, in many ways. But if your overall question is, can Democrats win in the South, then the overall answer is going to be if it can capture the creative class in the South. Now look at those states in the South where the creative class is growing. Virginia, northeastern Virginia, huge population. Actually, Fairfax County, one of the fastest growing counties in the country. North Carolina, Research Triangle, right here, Charlotte. Florida, southern Florida, Miami, America's next great global city. Where do you look for after that? I'm going to shock you. A burgeoning blue state in our lifetime, including me, is Texas and Georgia.
Thank you.
Yeah.